Hey, everybody, welcome to another episode. Actually, I guess it's the final episode as it stands of the 100. Helps if I click on the right thing. There we go. The 100. It's been our tag team tournament that we've been running for the last couple of months. We took Pro Wrestling Illustrated's list of the 100 best tag teams in the world, turned it into a tournament bracket, and this is the last stop on the road to WreSIMania. Of course, WrestleMania is this weekend, Saturday and Sunday. We're doing our own play on that with WrestSimmania happening Sunday afternoon, noon Central Time, where we'll be crowning the first ever. We'll be crowning the first ever World Simulate Tag Champions. But we have to figure out what those final four teams are going to be. So we've got 12 big tag team matches tonight. That's going to help us narrow down that field. But because I was fighting with my streaming software for a couple of minutes before it went live, I don't already have this launched, which I apologize. Usually I do. Okay, so Dulce Gardenia and Espiritu Negro are my edits. Butcher and Blade I downloaded, so that's why they look so much better. The Rey Cometa I downloaded too, so he looks better. But yeah, the last 8 fourth round matches in the tournament. And then we will have the 4 quarterfinal matches all later tonight. And then the winners of those quarterfinal matches go to the semis. And the semis and the title match will all happen Sunday afternoon at WrestSimmania. So still to come tonight, we've got our opening contest. You can see Butcher and the Blade on the left, Atrapasuenos on the right. Of course, AEW represented by Butcher and Blade. Dulce Gardenia and Espiritu Negro with Rey Cometa are from Consejo Mundial de Lucha Libre, CMLL. We've also got Impact Wrestling's Motor City Machine Guns taking on independent stars, the Philly Marino Experience. Swerve in Our Glory, who are feuding with each other currently on AEW TV, but they've made the list, so they are teaming in our tournament. They will be taking on the Bollywood Boyz, who just had a nice showing on Rampage a couple weeks ago. Speaking of AEW, The Kingdom, Matt Taven and Mike Bennett will be taking on another CMLL duo, Las Chicas Indomables. More on that in a bit. We'll also see the Usos, the Lucha Bros, the Street Profits, RK Bro, Aussie Open, Anderson and Gallows, Violence is Forever. Stacked show tonight, as you would expect, on the last stop on the road to WrestSimmania for these teams. That's the Blade standing with the Gaither, and that's the Butcher, who has the just glorious mustache and mutton chops. One fall. So the Butcher and the Blade, again, I mentioned representing AEW. AEW will have 4 teams competing tonight, which is tied for the most among all promotions. Throughout the tournament, AEW has gone 16-11. They have had the second hardest strength of schedule, which makes sense since they are the number 89 seed. They have had to fight their way through Strong Hearts, Damage Control, and the Workhorsemen to get to this point. It's basically a 50-50 in terms of odds as to who's going to win this match. 50.3 for Atrapasuenos, 49.7 for Butcher and Blade. Their odds of winning the tournament are at just barely over half, 0.55%. And their opponents are 2/3 of the Mexican National Trios champions from CMLL, Atrapasuenos. On the left, that's Dulce Gardenia. On the right, is Espiritu Negro. And then bringing up the rear, the one masked man is Rey Cometa, who is going to be their corner man for this match. Usually here in PWS, we don't allow seconds, managers, valets, call them what you want. But we do for this tournament because PWI included trios in this year's tag list. So hence why we're seeing all three members of Atrapasuenos here. Again, they are the Mexican National Trios champions. They have a slightly better chance of winning the tournament at 0.56%. They also have the hardest strength of schedule to get here, having gotten past Donna Del Mundo, Sunshine Machine, and the Hex. It's Dulce Gardenia and the Butcher starting things off here. Dulce firing off strikes, finally getting through the Butcher's block. No, I didn't mean that to be a pun, but I'll take it. Tag made, and in comes Espiritu Negro. Negro, 5'8", 191 pounds from Santiago de Querétaro in Mexico. Code breaker there right on the jaw of the Butcher of Buffalo. And a standing shooting star, but Butch gets his knees up. Butcher far and away the biggest man in this match, 6'3", 273 pounds. And he has slimmed down over the last couple of years. He used to be a big boy. He's still a big boy, but now he's a mostly muscular boy. And I don't like the way I said boy there, so I'm going to stop. But the strategy for Atrapasuenos here has got to be to stick and move. You're not going to win a power battle, obviously, with Butch, because he'll just throw you around. But the Blade is one of the best technical wrestlers remaining in the tournament. So either way, these guys get their hands on you, you're going to be in some serious trouble. So Butcher was trying to rain down fists on Negro, but he managed to fight his way out of it. Looked like he was going for a step-up enziguri, instead turning it into a head scissor, hooks the leg. One count only as the Butcher is able to kick out. It's still early here. And honestly, Negro and Gardenia have not done much to Butch yet. Nice DDT there. Dropping him right on the tippy top of his head. Working over the inside of the knee there, which is smart. I've been talking about sticking and moving. One of the best ways to avoid Butcher's power offense is to target that lower body. Oh, flatliner. Nicely done by Negro. Tag made, and in comes Dulce Gardenia. Sweet Gardenia stomping away now on Butch. Now going for a variation on the camel clutch with his knee in the back. The knee in the back does add some extra pressure. It does hurt. Oh, Blade breaks it up with a drop kick. Usually a camel clutch is done basically sitting on your opponent's back rather than kneeling. The kneeling does hurt, but it also makes the hold slightly easier to escape. Nice scoop slam by Gardenia. And then a big quebrada there right across his back. Now, Gardenia, the smallest participant in this match, he's tall at 6'1", but only 172 pounds. Negro tags in, hooks the leg. 1, 2. Blade breaks it up. All four men in the ring now. Gardenia sending Blade to the floor. Negro signaling that perhaps the end is near for the Butcher. Pulls him to his feet. Standing C4. Spanish fly. Call it what you will. Now is he going to put Butch up top? No, he's just going for a bulldog here. Nails it right on the middle of the logo. Now, the winners of this match will face either the Usos or Rott and Flott later on in the quarterfinals. Went for a big splash, but Butch got his knees up. Big right hand and a huge German suplex. Holds on, rolls through into a ripcord lariat, taking his head off. 1, 2, 3, and the Butcher and the Blade have advanced to the quarterfinals. Dominant victory. The Butcher and the Blade now will face either, like I said, Rott and Flott, or the number 1 overall seed, the Usos. That match will happen later on, and then so will that quarterfinal match. So that's the number 89 seed beating the number 88 seed. So obviously neither of these teams was favored to make it this far, but the Butcher and the Blade just keep winning. time knocking out Atrapasuenos. 2 stars only for this one. But it is still early. I don't know how many of you out there have played Extreme Warfare Revenge, which is a text-based wrestling booking sim, which is great. But every once in a while, you get one of those dud shows where, for whatever reason, the game just doesn't like anything you're doing. Good crowd reaction, good match quality, but, you know, it still is like, nah, it's like a 50%. But a Ripcord, Butcher, Ripcord, Lariat, and the Blade moving on. And so are we. So we got 7 more 4th round matches to go. And then we will close out the night with 4 quarterfinal tag team matches. And yeah, this is the last time we're going to be using the 100 graphics because going forward, it's going to be, Thursday night stream is going to be the last episode of the 150. And then Sunday is WreSIMania. Here we go. We're going to see in this next match, Marino Tenaglia and Philly Collins, the Philly Marino Experience, as they take on iconic duo Alex Shelley and Chris Sabin, the Motor City Machine Guns. Of course, I'm very partial to the Guns, being a fellow Michigander. The winners of this are going to face the winners between RK Bro and Aussie Open, which is a match I've been looking forward to basically since the brackets were announced. I'm glad that both sides advanced. We actually got 3 matches like that where the favorites have made it through all 3 rounds. Lucha Bros against Street Profits, RK Bro and Aussie Open, and Anderson and Gallows against Violence is Forever. Those are all essentially chalk matches where the it's a 4-13, a 6-11, and a 7-10. Those of you that follow March Madness know those are round of 16 matches in a traditionally seeded bracket. The Usos at number 1 are not facing the number 16 because number 16 was eliminated, so they are facing the team that came out of that bracket instead of them, number 49, Rott and Flott. And then there's just all kinds of chaos because the Guns are number 51, whereas the Philly Marino Experience are number 99. On a list of 100, they were the next to last seeds. So, yeah, Philly Marino Experience has had a rough go of it. But here they are. That's Philly Collins on the left, Marino Tenaglia on the right. 1 fall. The Philly Marino Experience, again, the number 99 seeds. They are the Wild Zero Wrestling Tag Team Champions. They have pulled off some massive upsets, beating Nueva Generación Dinamita in round 1, the Outfielders in round 2, and the Briscoe Brothers in round 3. Now, that win over the Briscoes is the biggest upset of the tournament so far. The win over NGD was the 5th biggest. So they're just pulling off upsets all over the place. They're the underdogs here in this match at 34%. Their overall odds of winning the tournament, the only team in the tournament with less than 0.5% chance at 0.49. Here come the Motor City Machine Guns. So the Motor City Machine Guns are the only team remaining from Impact Wrestling. Even though Impact's gone 3-1, which is the best record among all promotions. But, they only sent 2 teams, and one of them is still standing. They are also, in addition to being the Impact Wrestling Tag Team Champions, which actually I take that back. They are no longer the Impact Wrestling Tag Team Champions. I should have fixed that. They are the New Japan Strong Openweight Tag Team Champions, the Prestige Wrestling Champions. I'm sorry, nope. Shelley is the singles champion for Prestige Wrestling. He's also the Wrestling Revolver PWR Remix champion. And just 23 days ago, they won the Game Changer Wrestling GCW tag team titles. And there's the bell, and we are underway. Collins comes out swinging on Shelley. Let's go behind. A little amateur spin there, just showing off some technical dominance here over Shelley. The Guns made it this far by beating the Best Friends, Toxic Attraction, and Disaster Box to make it this far. Shot to the midsection, and then a big drop kick by Shelley. Both members of the Guns, outstanding technical wrestlers. Sabin, for a time was one of the best high flyers in the world. He's still great. He's a trailblazer in that regard. He may not be a high flyer anymore, the caliber of your top flights or your El Hijo del Vikingos or your commanders, but he can still take to the air when the situation warrants. But so far, Philly Collins just kind of out wrestling Shelley. Speak about high flyers, though. In comes Mr. Smooth Operator Marino Tenaglia, sent into the corner, followed in by Shelley. Who just drops him face first into the middle turnbuckle. Nicely done by Shelley. Hooks the leg. One. And a save by Collins. Collins and Tenaglia look like crap because they were my edits. Again, I've said it multiple times on these streams. I am not good at Create a Wrestler. Never have been. Yeah, so that's why they don't look as good as these MCMG edits do. So Shelley up to the middle turnbuckle. I thought Collins was going to do something, but he's just taking the scenic route to his corner. Missed on the missile drop kick, but Tenaglia was still shaking. So he'll just super kick him instead. Tag made, and in comes Sabin. Hail Sabin. Tag made, and in comes Philly Collins. Pop up Rana, nicely done by Sabin. Hooks the leg. One count only, still early in the match. Sabin can't believe it. I can. It's still, you haven't quite done enough. On a basement shotgun drop kick to the side of the head. A big right forearm. And sends Collins. Oh, no. At least there's no manager, so it could be worse. But Sabin is going to do... I thought he was going to go for a dive, but he slammed on the brakes instead. Perhaps he should have dove because Collins catches him in a cravat suplex as soon as they reach the floor. Collins returns to the ring. Referees count up to 3. Again, we have a 20 count here in Pro Wrestling Simulated. Oh, okay. Everybody's just standing around. Sabin decided, okay, well, I'll get back in the ring then, I guess. Very exciting wrestling here. Nice spinning back kick there by Sabin. We're getting somewhere again. He missed an elbow. Collins doesn't miss with a series of chops, backing Sabin up toward the ropes. I think he's going to bring him over into his own corner. Oh, big forearm across the chest. And now face washing him with that right boot. Collins hooks the leg. 1, 2. 2 count only. Shelley didn't even leave the apron for it. I think Sabin was a little shaken up by that. Collins again bringing him over into the Philly Marino Experience corner. Working over the elbow of Sabin, wrapping it across the top rope. I'm not sure what he was going for there, but Sabin countered it with an elbow. Inverted atomic drop. Collins now fights back. He's got him up in a fisherman's carry. Fireman's carry, not a fisherman's carry. And then he snake eyes him on the top turnbuckle. And then pulls him out of the corner into a power bomb. Just letting gravity do the work for him. And working over the right arm of Sabin. Trying to keep the high flyer grounded. Hooks the leg. 1, 2. Sabin kicks out. Tag made. In comes Bruno Tenaglia. Tag made to Alex Shelley as well. Shelley comes out firing with strikes. And then a drop toe hold. Working over the arm. Rolls through. Oh, trying to break the shoulder. A stomp and a kick. Nice combo there by Shelley. Tags Sabin right back in. Sabin got a little bit of time to catch his breath, but he's joining right back in on the fight here against Marino Tenaglia, sending him into the corner. Put him up top. No, now he's working over the elbow the same way Collins did to him. Turnabout fair play for the Philly Marino Experience. Tenaglia, springboard bulldog. Nicely done. I didn't think he got all of it at first, but he twisted in midair. One count only, though. Shelley breaks it up. Collins cuts him off and sends him to the floor. They're both going to the floor now. It's just Tenaglia and Sabin one-on-one in the ring. Series of kicks from Marino Tenaglia. Mr. Smooth Operator in control here. Snapmares him over, then a kick to the spine. Pulls him to his feet. And another kick to the back. And another. Tenaglia in firm control here now over Sabin. And he's going to send him into the corner again. Puts him up top. What's Tenaglia going for here? He was going for something, but Sabin blocked it. Big German suplex. Sabin really needs to make a tag, but Shelley's still fighting Tenaglia on the floor. The fan! Sabin just hit the fan. Dragging Tenaglia away from the ropes. Goes for the pin. Hooks the leg. 1. Collins breaks it up at 1. And Sabin sends Collins flying to the floor. Now Sabin going up to the middle turnbuckle. Big splash across Tenaglia's spine. It's the much-needed tag to Shelley. Shelley hooks the leg. 1, 2, 3. And the Motor City Machine Guns are moving on. And the Cinderella story of the number 99 seed Philly Marino Experience comes to an end. Motor City Machine Guns over. 3 stars for this one. That show getting a little better with each match. And this next one should be a banger. But now we know that it's going to be the Motor City Machine Guns against either RK Bro or Aussie Open coming up later on in this episode. You know, he's had it for several years now at this point. I don't know that there's a better song in wrestling right now than Bobby Roode's. I love Glorious. It's such an insane song. But it does everything you want an entrance thing to do. It tells you everything you need to know about this guy before he even steps through the curtain. I'm going to have Gurv and Harv Sira, the Bollywood Boyz, taking on For He Is Limitless, Keith Lee and Swerve Strickland, the team of Swerve in Our Glory. And I'm really excited for a quarterfinal match between either RK Bro or Aussie Open against the Motor City Machine Guns. That match is going to be hot. The winners of this match will go on to face either the duo of Karl Anderson and Luke Gallows or Violence Is Forever. So the Philly Marino Experience is out. It means there are only 2 independent teams remaining. Violence Is Forever and the team we're about to see, the Bollywood Boyz. One fall. The Bollywood Boyz are currently the Hamilton Wrestling Entertainment Tag Team Champions and the All-Star Wrestling Tag Team Champions. They are brothers. Swerve is the older of the two. They have been teaming since 2006. So a ton of experience. Basically since Harv's rookie year, they've been a duo. Swerve had a couple years as a singles wrestler before that. They beat Los Infernales, Money, Power, Respect, and then FTR to get here. And there are still 4 AEW teams remaining after the Butcher and the Blade beat Atrapasuenos earlier. Swerve in Our Glory, one of those 4. AEW has gone 17-1. You see the Defy Wrestling World Championship around the waist of Swerve Strickland. He's held that title since November. These two, the first time they ever teamed in any capacity was back in 2017. They were really only a full-time team for a few months in 2022, but they are now bitter enemies in AEW, though they are teaming for the purposes of this tournament because, you know, who doesn't want to be a champion, right? The odds of winning this match for them, 84.1%. They have a 2.72% chance of winning the entire tournament based on seeds. There's a bask in his glory chant for Keith Lee. And there's the bell. Big overhand right series of punches by Lee. Oh man, Harv just crumbled after that one. Lee not even bringing him over to his own corner. Goes over and tags in Swerve. It is Swerve's house as he deadlifts Harv into a gut-wrench powerbomb. Springboard Quebrada standing by Swerve. Now he's going up top. 450, 2/3 of the way across the ring onto Harv Sira. 1 count only. Swerve is incredible. Sends Swerve into the corner. After Swerve successfully broke up the pin. Tag made. In comes Keith Lee. The limitless one, Keith Lee. 6'2", 332-pound, 18-year veteran Keith Lee. We saw him in our season 1 tournament, the 500. He beat Akira in round 1 before losing to Daniel Garcia in round 2. Swerve was also part of that tournament, losing to Chris Ridgway in the first round. Neither of the Bollywood Boyz were in the tournament. Swerve tags into the match for the first time and sends Lee up and over the top and to the floor. But like earlier, in this case, it's because Swerve is right there and Swerve doesn't want to open himself up. Well, I was going to say because Swerve doesn't want to open himself up to a double team, but oh my God. Oh, Lee just slams him on the apron. Say it with me, kids. The hardest part of the ring. Now sends him back in. Swerve rolling away from Lee, but I don't think it's going to do him any good. Lee pulls him up and power bombs him down. And tags Swerve back in. Rapid tags back and forth from Swerve in Our Glory, showing some good tag team continuity for a couple of guys who don't like each other very much. But only a 1 count on the pin. Now wrapping Swerve up and pulling back. Good Lord. Just wrenching the right shoulder and the spine of Swerve Sira. And tags Lee back in. More quick tags from Swerve in Our Glory. Swerve sends him up and over the top and to the floor. It feels like this would be a good time to tag in his brother, but instead he's going to do what he did before and just stand in the ring. Oh, wait, Tope Suicida. Explosive speed from Swerve Sira. I thought he was just going to stand there. Big knife edge chop across the massive barrel chest of Keith Lee. European uppercut and an inverted atomic drop. Lee dropping to, looked like he was going to drop to his knees, instead going all the way down, prostrate on the concrete at ringside. There is a mat there. It's oh my God, Tope con Hero by Keith Lee. That is almost 340 pounds, somersaulting in midair, plunging 10 feet down to the ground. That's probably closer to like 8.5. But still, that's a very long way for a big man to fall. And Gurv Sira is not that big, 5'10", 158. He's essentially half the size of Keith Lee in terms of weight. But Lee's going to return to the ring now. Gurv shakes the cobwebs out. And nope, Keith goes right back out because we can't have nice things. Gurv sends him, right into the barricade. Lee tried to slam on the brakes, but I think he was a split second too late, and then he takes a DDT. Again, that's a thin layer of padding on a concrete floor. And his traumatic brain injury waiting to happen out there. Shot to the back of the head by Gurv. Shot to the side of the head from Lee. Now Lee wants to take this back in the ring. You get the feeling he wants to just finish this off. Kind of done playing with his food here. Huge right hand, and Sira goes down. Hooks the leg. 1, 2. Oh, I thought he might have it with that huge right hand because Gurv crumbled. Thought he might have legitimately knocked him unconscious. Double tags made. Harv Sira and Swerve Strickland are now legal. Oh, Harv with a springboard cross body. Nicely done. Harv with some stomps. Goes into a Fujiwara armbar. Wrenching back, the referee checking Swerve. Swerve rolls through into a spinning head scissor. Gorgeous counter there by Swerve. Picks him up, tilt the whirl. Oh, tombstone into a code breaker. And then a knee to the elbow. Hooks the leg. 1, 2. Oh, Harv kicks out. I was getting ready to update the bracket and everything, but Harv manages to kick out. Keith Lee in now. Harv sends him into the corner. Scoop and a slam. Nice power out of Harv Sira. Now up to the middle turnbuckle. What's he going for here? Signaling that he wants Lee on his feet. Lee obliges. He went for a spinning forearm off the middle turnbuckle, but missed. Went for a super kick. Lee blocked it. Pulls him right into a lariat, taking his head off. But behind his back, Harv dives and tags in Gurv. And the Golden Lion, Gurv Sira, is in now. Diving reverse DDT. Now quickly up to the top rope. Big elbow drop across the back of Lee's head. Hooks the leg. 1 count only as Swerve breaks it up. Swerve and Our Glory, the number 18 seeds in our tournament. Bollywood Boyz, number 95. Gurv just sent Swerve to the floor. We've got Gurv and Swerve here. But now Lee going after Gurv. Wrenches the arm. Oh! Gurv reversed it. Again with the reverse DDT. Scorpion Death Drop style, but with a hammer lock. And then stomps the elbow. Going for the sharpshooter. He is rolling him over with the sharpshooter. But Swerve breaks it up with a punch. Gurv rolls him over, goes for the pin. 1, 2, 3. Lee unable to get to the ropes, unable to kick out. That sharpshooter took a lot out of him, and the Bollywood Boyz, the number 95 seed, have reached the final 16. Got 3.5 for that one. 3.5. Very well done. The Bollywood Boyz are moving on. And they will be facing either Karl Anderson and Luke Gallows or Violence is Forever later on tonight. So far, that's our first up. Oh, no, I'm sorry. It's our second upset. Butcher and Blade were the lower seeds against Atrapasuenos, although I think probably the Vegas odds were in B&B's favor. Okay, so this next match, we had to do a couple episodes of this season, of this series, using Fire Pro Wrestling World, because WWE games don't allow intergender matches in any form. You can do mixed tags where the men fight the men and the women fight the women, but you can't do a team of men against a team of women, or a man and a woman against a man and a woman, and have the man fight the woman and the woman fight the man. So we had to do it in Fire Pro, which does allow that. Only one woman remains in the final, or only one team of women remain in the final 16, and that's Las Chicas Indomables. I didn't want to have to switch games for one, possibly two matches. So as a workaround, I designed male versions of Las Chicas Indomables. And that's why they look terrible. Because you essentially cannot gender bend with created wrestlers in this game. So basically, I had to make them skinny men for the game to allow it, which is really annoying on a number of levels. Not the least of which, like, come on, 2K, like, it's, you know, it's 2023. Like, you have intergender wrestling is a thing. I know it's not in WWE, but you know, you definitely have feminine men and masculine women. Like, I should be able to, you know, augment the features of a male creator wrestler to make them look more feminine. So, you know, I apologize to La Kita and Lluvia, both beautiful women, but they had to turn into just mediocre dudes for the purposes of this game. Matt Taven and Mike Bennett are community creations, and that's why they look significantly better than do Las Chicas Indomables. The winners of this match are going to go on to face the winner between the Lucha Bros and the Street Profits. One fall. So Las Chicas Indomables are the last team remaining for CMLL after Atrapasuenos lost earlier. They beat the SAT. They beat Imperium and FWC, Fukuoka Double Crazy. So they've had the third hardest strength of schedule to get to this point. Their odds of winning this match only 36.2%, winning the tournament 1.32. They're in there against the Kingdom, one of three AEW teams remaining now that Swerve and Our Glory are out. AEW has gone 17-11 to this point. Matt Taven is the current Northeast Wrestling Heavyweight Champion. And these two have been a team in some form or another off and on since 2010. These two know each other very, very well. They had a first round bye, then beat Velocities and Iron Savages. So of the 16 teams that advanced to this show, they had the third easiest strength of schedule coming out of the number 21 spot, whereas Las Chicas Indomables, number 37. So that is a grotesque caricature of Lluvia in there against Matt Taven, wrenching back with a surfboard. Referee right up in Taven's grill. Taven manages to roll out of it, showing off like he did something. All he did was get out of a hold. And now Lluvia Sends him off the ropes and drives a forearm into his spine, and then another before just letting him fall to the mat. Tags in La Jaroquita. Jaroquita, the 17-year pro from Ciudad y Puerto de Veracruz in Mexico. Lluvia is from Mexico City, in Distrito Federal in Mexico. And I'm not sure what he's going for here. And he's just going to whip her right back into the corner and follow in with a clothesline and then a snapmare. Nice combo for Matt Taven, ending it with the Mr. Perfect snapmare. Nice combination offense there from Matt Taven. Tag made, and in comes the Miracle, Mike Bennett. 1 count only. Bennett, 5'11", 224, a 21-year pro. There's a ton of experience in this match. There's a combined 66 years of experience between these 4 competitors. Oh, Bennett with just an arm breaker there. Stomping the knee of Jaroquita. Now working the knee some more with it looked like he was going for a Nagata lock too, but instead he just kind of DDT'd the leg a little bit. Up on the shoulders, fireman's carry. And a stun gun across the top rope. Right in front of Yuya. He's going right back into it. Rolling through. Just devastating the lower body of Jaroquita. Oh, but a sidewalk slam power bomb. And a huge knee. You got to wonder about the wisdom of doing that, though, considering the amount of damage that's been done to her knees so far. Tag made, and in comes Lluvia. A modified moonsault off the middle rope, middle turnbuckle. Now just slamming Bennett's head into the canvas. And a jumping, spinning leg drop. And a Mr. Perfect snapmare. Again, we went for a big knee drop, but Lluvia blocked it. But now Bennett coming back with strikes, a kick, a couple of punches, and a big spine buster. And tag made, and in comes Matt Taven. Taven showing off for the crowd, a big bow, and then a leg drop. Taven now up to the top rope. What's he looking for here? Oh, just to continue taunting Lluvia, apparently. Huge flying cross body off the top by Matt Taven. Lateral press. 1, 2. Oh, very nearly got her with the cross body, but Lluvia able to kick out. And a big knee right across the jaw. Lluvia with a tilt-to-whirl head scissor. Head scissor. Pulling Taven to his feet. Taven with a snapmare. Hits the ropes. PK right to the chest. Pulling Lluvia to her feet. Back into the fireman's carry. Another stun gun. Oh, snake eyes off the top turnbuckle. Move to the midsection from Lluvia to stop the onslaught. Go behind. She's going to bring Taven over into her own corner, I think. And just slamming his head off the top turnbuckle. I'm surprised she's not tagging Jaroquita back in. She's taking a decent amount of damage here in this one. But now she's just working over the arm, wrapping it over the top rope and pulling. Now up to the top turnbuckle she goes. Hanging choke. Just lifting Taven up off the canvas. Just letting him hang there from her arm. It was like a dragon sleeper, but suspended in midair. Looking for a suplex here. See, both competitors need to make a tag at this point. Big knee from Lluvia. Hooks the leg. 1, 2. Oh. Wow, that was close. Very close. Mike Bennett apparently didn't think it was going to be because he didn't leave the apron, but he's probably regretting that now. And another spine bomb by Lluvia. And she finally makes the tag to La Jaroquita. Taven is down. He is hurt. Harakita sends him off the ropes. No, sends him to the floor. Possible dive coming. She's signaling like she might be planning one. To the top turnbuckle. Diving splash to the concrete. Brutal move by La Harakita. Big forearm. And another spine bomb. This one on the concrete. Wrenching on the arm. A cross arm breaker. Goes into his feet. And okay, so Taven was able to slam on the brakes before he hit the barricade, unlike Keith Lee was in our last match. Harakita rolls through just to break the count, because that's how things go in this game. Big forearm sends Taven into the barricade. And then slamming him face first. And a running bulldog. And just, went for a knee drop, but Taven rolled out of the way. Harakita comes up limping. And a DDT. She may not come up at all. Taven now taunting La Harakita. What a jerk. Stomp. Went for a kick, but it was blocked by Harakita. Dragon screw leg whip. Pulling into his feet. Reverse count up to 8. Of course, they do have the 20 count at ringside. Running bulldog by La Harakita. And a crucifix on the floor. Discus elbow blocked by Taven. A kick to the midsection. It's Harakita against the barricade. Tag in your partner, Matt. He's right there. You need to make a tag. Please don't break the count. It's going to be one of those matches, isn't it? Oh, 2K. Oh, 2K. Never change. No, that's just a statement. You never change. That's not fair. I haven't played 23 yet, but I haven't seen anything yet that makes me think, oh, this is a significant improvement over 22. They have fixed all of the problems I had with it. Tiger Bomb into a backbreaker by Taven. Now returning to the ring. Tag Mike Bennett. Tag him. Go to the corner and tag. Nope. Just go to the floor and get whipped into the barricade again. That's also an option. Harakita with an arm wringer. A little joint manipulation working over the shoulder and the wrist. Harakita returns to the ring. Taven needs to join her. I say Taven needs to join her. And he does. Everybody's back in the ring. The match can actually continue. Hooray! Big kick by Harakita. And I thought she was going to tag in Yuvia. But Taven tags in Bennett, which he's needed to do for several minutes. Harakita bringing Bennett over into the Las Chicas Indomables corner. And now she's going to do the hanging choke. That's a brutal move by LCI here. And Bennett drops like a sack of something. Hooks leg one. One count only. Mike Bennett kicks out. Harakita with a nice belly-to-belly on Taven. Bennett swings and misses with a super kick. Big European uppercut by Harakita. Stepping over. Variation on the stump puller here by Harakita. Brutal submission hold. Bennett just hanging in there. Nope, manages to slip out. Oh, I thought he was rolling her up. But he was just escaping the hold. Harakita with a bulldog. Back to his feet goes Mike Bennett. Now Harakita bringing him over to the LCI corner. Tag made. In comes Yuvia. Some tag team offense now from Las Chicas Indomables. Drop toe hold and an elbow drop. Nice combination there by LCI. Yuvia looked like she's going for a clothesline, but Bennett dodged it. Go behind. Huge side suplex. Went for a super kick, blocked by Uvia. Rolls into a RVD-style kick of her own. Wrenching back on the arm. Oh, and then just driving it into the mat. Tag made, and Harukita is once again the legal woman. Pump handle suplex. Not in a traditional pump handle. She sort of did it out of an abdominal stretch position. Dragging Bennett away from the ropes. Hooks the leg. One count only before Taven dives into the picture to break it up. Single leg by Harukita, keeping Taven down. Taven's going to roll to ringside after that. Well, Harukita continues the assault on Mike Bennett here. This match has kind of surprisingly been all Las Chicas Indomables. Again, that hanging choke. And she tags Uvia back in. Uvia goes for the pin. 1, 2, 3, and Las Chicas Indomables are moving on to the round of 16. Four stars. We have literally improved each match of the show. That's what you like to see in a season finale. Las Chicas Indomables will now face the winners between the Lucha Bros and the Street Profits. Well, we know half of the quarterfinalists now between Las Chicas Indomables, Motor City Machine Guns, the Butcher and the Blade, and the Bollywood Boyz. Now we need to find out who their opponents are going to be in those quarterfinal matches. I'm going to start things off by finding out who is going to be facing the Butcher and the Blade. I'm going to see a couple more of my creations. So again, they are not good. There we go. It's time for Rott und Flott, which you'd think by now I would have looked up what that means, or even if I'm pronouncing it correctly. But I keep thinking, well, they're going to get eliminated. What's the point, really? And they just keep winning. So good for Michael Schenkenberg and Nikita Charisma. 2 more of my edits, which is why they don't look very good. But they're taking on the Usos, the number 1 overall seed in the tournament. It's number 1 against number 49. The Usos against Rott und Flott. I gave Rott and Flott Imperium's entrance music because I love Imperium's entrance music. So freaking great. So Rott und Flott from Westside Extreme Wrestling in Germany. They are the only WXW team remaining. The promotion has gone 4-2 since the tournament started. They are the current Nordic Championship Wrestling Tag Team Champions. They are also the Yawara Tag Team Champions and the European Professional Wrestling Tag Team Champions. Schenkenberg is one half of the European Wrestling Promotion Tag Team Champions alongside Tony Harding. He's also the current Dansk Pro Wrestling Heavyweight Champion and the Maximum Wrestling Champion. Here they come. They're getting ready to take on the number 1 seeds. Of course, the Usos, the number 1 seeds, had a first round bye, then made it past Waves and Curls and the New Day in round 3. So this is, it has not been an easy road for the Usos to get here. They're hoping to advance. They, of course, are the odds-on favorites to win the whole tournament. Slightly less than a 50% chance. They're at 49% odds of winning the entire tournament. They're at 98% for winning this one, though. Number 1 seed against number 49. Down since day 1-ish. So freaking good. Both these teams have great entrance music. One of them I chose myself. The other is just actually their theme. And the Usos music is great. Now, it is worth pointing out that so far we've had 4 matches. 3 of them have ended in upsets. So the Usos would be wise to not overlook Rott and Flott here. It's Nikita Charisma in the red trunks starting things off here with it's Jimmy in there now. Jay started the match but quickly tagged out. Charisma now with a side suplex on the apron. Again, the hardest part of the ring. So I was talking about camel clutches earlier. That's a more traditional camel clutch. Not so much with the clipping through the LCD screen. Nope. Jimmy breaks it up, and then a double leg takes Charisma down. Jimmy sends him into the side of the ring. I was hoping he was going to get back in the ring. He did. Is Charisma going to get back in the ring? Get back in the ring, Nikita. He does at the 5 count. Hip toss into a neck breaker by Uso. Tag made, and Jay is back in, the right-hand man, main event Jay Uso. Now, Jay has already punched a ticket to WreSIMania. He will be part of that 30-man Royal Rumble to decide the number 1 contender for Royce Chambers World Simu-Weight Championship. Sort of whisper in the wind variation there by Jay, taking Charisma down. PK to the spine. We do know, based on seeds, that the winners of this match will be facing... Oh, no, I'm sorry. I take that back. We know that the winners of this match are going to be facing Butcher and the Blade, but we don't know whether that's going to be the first match back from intermission or the second. That'll depend on which team wins. If it's the Usos, it'll be second. If it's Rott and Flott, it'll be first. Jay rolls him over, goes for the pin. 1, broken up by Michael Schenkenberg. Jimmy cuts him off and returns to the apron. Big right hand by Jay, and Nikita Charisma goes down. Oh, gives him a little gator leg kick to get out of whatever he was going for. Goes for the pin. 1 count only. Yeah, you're not going to get a pin off gator legs. Boot to the midsection. DDT by Nikita Charisma. Now, Charisma, a 10-year pro from Hamburg, Germany. Actually, both members of Rott and Flott are from Hamburg. Nikita to the top rope. And Jay gives him the Ric Flair slam. Goes for the pin. 1 count only. Michael Schenkenberg was right there. Broken up by the Schenk. And Jimmy Uso returns to the apron. Now Charisma sending Jay into the corner. Is he going for the hanging choke? Seems to be the theme of the night. There it is. Just hanging Jay Uso out to dry on the middle turnbuckle. And finally makes the tag, and in comes Michael Schenkenberg. 6'1", 216 pounds, 11-year pro. Goes for the pin. 1 count only as Jay Uso is able to kick out. Wrist lock by Schenkenberg. Twisting the arm around and stomping on the elbow. What's he going for here? Knee drop to the elbow. And a kick to the back of the head. And a cross arm breaker. Schenkenberg just staying on Jay Uso. absolutely the right call here. Jay goes behind. Atomic drop sends Schenkenberg face first into the turnbuckle. Now raining down fists to the face. Jay probably ought to tag Jimmy in now, but he's not so far. Shots to the midsection here from Michael Schenkenberg. And a big European uppercut. Of course, for Schenkenberg, those are just uppercuts. He's from Germany. That's already European. Belly-to-belly suplex. The lateral press. 1, 2. Oh, wow. I would have been really surprised if he'd won it with the belly-to-belly suplex, but he got a lot closer than I was expecting. Now he's going to take him for a little walk over into the Rott and Flott corner. Back elbow by Jay. Roll through into a super kick by Jey Uso. He does love that move. Start with the, looks like he's going to schoolboy him for the pin, but just kind of roll him straight through so he can kick him in the face. Jay now. Huge super kick right on the jaw of Michael Schenkenberg. And a kick to the spine. I'm going to mention Jay probably ought to tag Jimmy in. But I also think at this point, Jay just wants to put this away. Now, he does that same hip toss into a suplex he did earlier. Tag made, and in comes Nikita Charisma. Super kick from Jay takes him down. 1, 2. 2 count only. Nikita Charisma able to get a shoulder up. Pulled his feet. Big right hand by Jay, and Charisma crumples. And I thought that was going to be a super kick. Instead, it was a shot to the midsection. I think he was trying to get him in position for that top rope splash, but Charisma kicked him in the head. Oh, he went for a kick to the midsection, blocked by Uso. There's the shot to the gut. Tag made, and in comes Jimmy. Jimmy Uso, now the legal man. Pulling Nikita Charisma. No, Charisma with a jawbreaker. Series of kicks to the leg, trying to weaken the lower body of Jimmy Uso, take away some of that explosiveness. An arm wringer takes him over. Hook goes for the pin. 1. It's broken up pretty easily there by Jay. And now Charisma, big suplex, and Jey Uso's down. Charisma pulling Jimmy to his feet. Has him face first into the top turnbuckle. Now Charisma going for that hanging choke again. There it is. Now, can you tell I didn't deviate much from the default moveset for some of my creations? They all seem to have that hanging choke. Jimmy looking to welcome Charisma to the Uso Penitentiary with a huge delayed vertical suplex. Charisma dives to tag in Schenkenberg, who just meets with more offense from Jimmy. Schenkenberg finally getting on top here with some strikes of his own. And a big kick right to the jaw. And I think he might have caught him high with that, because I think Jimmy Uso might be bleeding. Bleeding above his right eye? Hard to tell from this angle. As we'll see if Charisma pulls him up. Knee to the back. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Jimmy Uso is bleeding. That's not a great sign. Even if the Usos win this match, they've got to wrestle again. And Jimmy's now got to be worried about blood loss. He manages to tag in Jay. Float over DDT. Shades of their cousin, The Rock. Now heading up top. He's going for the Uso splash. Maybe. Eventually. No. Hip toss suplex. I think maybe he just wanted him closer to the corner. There it is. There's the splash. Hooks the leg. 1, 2, 3. And Jimmy was able to cut off Schenkenberg. And the Usos, the number 1 seed, have been down since day 1-ish. The Usos are your winners. Definitely need to get a look at that cut over Jay's right eye, because the Usos do live to fight another day. Well, they live to fight again today, as they will face. They have the unenviable task of facing the Butcher and the Blade, and you better believe the Butcher and the Blade at this point now, after that match, literally smell blood. Very dangerous position for the Usos to be in against one of the most dangerous tag teams in the world coming up later on in this episode. 3.5 stars for what the game is calling a great match. Not as high as the last one, which got 4, but still quite good. And now we're going to find out which team will face Las Chicas Indomables later on tonight. We know that match will be the main event. It's going to be the number 13 seed, Street Profits, Angelo Dawkins and Montez Ford. Or will it be the number 4 seeds, Penta, El Zero M? Oh, no, hold on. Okay. And Rey Fenix. Nope, hold on. I need to go back. Sorry, the manager setup in this is weird because they will have Pac in their corner. The bastard, as Justin Roberts calls him. And Rey Fenix. Penta El Zero Miedo. Rey Fenix with Pac in their corner. They are Death Triangle as a trio. But as a tag team, Penta and Rey are the Lucha Bros. Again, the winners will face Las Chicas Indomables later on in this episode. And based on the result of that last match, WXW is now completely eliminated from the tournament. Rott and Flott were the last team remaining from that promotion. They are out. And AEW now down to 2 teams, with the Kingdom having lost. WWE still has 4 teams remaining with the Usos win. And then 3 teams we will see in the next 3 matches. The Street Profits, RK Bro, and Anderson and Gallows. 2 teams remaining from the independent circuit. Violence is Forever and the Bollywood Boyz. 1 from Impact, the Motor City Machine Guns. 1 from CMLL, Las Chicas Indomables. 1 from New Japan, Aussie Open. Those are the 11 teams that remain in our tournament. Start things off here with match number 6 on the evening. And here come the Street Profits. On the left, that's Angelo Dawkins. On the right, that is Montez Ford. One of 4 WWE teams remaining. WWE has gone 14-10 in this tournament. The Street Profits had a first round bye based on their number 13 seed. They beat the Creed brothers in round 2 and then the Acclaimed in round 3. So at the number 13 seed, they are 3.77% chance to win the tournament, tied for 6th hardest strength of schedule coming into this show. Dawkins and Ford both participated in the 500 back in season 1. Dawkins beating Chris Adonis before losing to Jeff Hardy. Ford beating Akira Tozawa before losing to Matt Taven, who we saw earlier on tonight. The Street Profits, a number 13 seed for the first time in this tournament, will be the underdogs as they face number 4. Here come the odds-on favorites, the number 4 seeds.
At a combined weight of 399 pounds,
The Lucha Bros. They had a first round bye as well, then beat the Phillip brothers in round 2, and then Bougie Reality in round 3. They had the easiest road to the round of 16. Of course, now they're coming up against the Street Profits, their first true competition in this competition. They are at a 12.25% chance of winning the entire tournament, 76.5% winning this match. It's going to be Pentagon Jr., Penta El Cero Miedo, starting things off here with Montez Ford. Penta starting things off, suplex into a knee lift. Now working over the arm. Now, you don't want to let Penta grab hold of a limb. He specializes in breaking arms. Just like this. Getting off to an early start here, wrenching on the arm of Montez Ford before driving his knees into the spine. Now, you may have seen when they were making their entrance that Rey Fenix was wearing a title. That is one of 2 titles he currently holds in Mexico. He is the Lucha Libre AAA Worldwide Latin America Champion and Cruiserweight Champion. He won both those titles last June. And now he's sent to the floor. Ford sending Penta into the corner, scoop and a slam. Penta and Fenix were both part of the 500 as well. Penta beat Jordan Blade in round 1 before losing to Ja C in round 2. Fenix beat Arya Davari, Avery Good, and Atsushi Katoge before losing to Rich Swann in round 4. Hook of the leg by Ford, 1 count only, much too early in the match to keep a team like the Lucha Bros down. Shot to the midsection there by Montez Ford. Now he's going to scoop and slam Penta down. Meanwhile, right out here in front of our announce table, Fenix working over the arms of Angelo Dawkins, shades of his brother. In fact, that's literally the same sequence Penta did to Ford earlier. Ford now to the top rope. Huge splash off the top, but unable to capitalize. I think he drove his own wind out. Standing shooting star. Ford with those high-flying maneuvers. Stomp to the elbow. Another standing shooting star, but Penta got his knees up. He saw it coming that time. And that may have been a fatal mistake by Montez Ford, because now Penta's making him pay for it with a series of kicks. A 1 count only. Montez Ford kicks out. Penta now pulling him to his feet. Bring Ford over to the corner. Bouncing his head off the top turnbuckle. Now a kick to the midsection. A couple of them. A trio of them. It looked like he was going for a 4th. Now he's just face washing him in the corner. Penta off the ropes. Lucha Broski boot. And that busted Ford open. We had our second straight match with some color. Fenix now to the top. Ford trying to crawl away. Oh, rolls out of the way of that diving elbow from Fenix. For a side suplex. Yes. Just depositing Fenix on his back. Hooks the leg. 1. And Penta's right there. Ford can't believe it. I think he might have also been checking how deep that wound is on his forehead. It's bad, bro. You're not looking so hot. Got Penta up on his shoulders. Not sure what he's going for. Fenix is literally blocking him from moving. And because it's a video game, he's not smart enough to move. Springboard back elbow there by Fenix. Ford going to bring him over to the Street Profits corner. Big knife edge chop. I don't know. Has Angelo Dawkins been legal in this match yet? Standing Spanish fly there by Fenix. Dragging Ford away from the ropes. 1, 2. 2 count only. That one was close. Now he's got him. Going to bring him over to the neutral corner. Bounces bloodied head off the top turnbuckle. Move to the midsection. DDT by Ford. Stomping on the shoulder of Fenix. Thought about tagging Dawkins. Goes for the pin instead. 1, 2. 2 count only. Rey Fenix able to kick out. Ford really needs to be thinking about making that tag. Snapmare takeover, and then a big drop kick to the side of the head. There it is. There's the tag. Angelo Dawkins is now your legal man. Working over Fenix with punches. Just raining him down. Dawkins now to the middle turnbuckle. Big splash across. Looks like he mostly caught the legs of Fenix, but hey, that'll work. Take Fenix's legs away from him. Well, he's still able to do that. Nice enziguri there by Fenix. Hops up into a Frankensteiner. Tag made, and in comes Penta. Penta El Cero Miedo, the man of zero fear. Dragging Ford away from the ropes. Goes for the pin. One. Just broken up by Ford. Fenix, what's he going for here? Oh, he's just sending Ford to the floor. Now Dawkins is bloodied. He's got the sweatband on, so that might keep some of it out of his eyes. That might be advantageous for Doc. Fenix stomping on the side of the head, possibly trying to open up that wound even more. Penta El Cero Miedo. A ripcord knee on the floor by Fenix on Ford. Basically taking his head off. Penta with a series of forearm shots to the face, and then a clothesline up and over the top. Right out in front of Pac. Penta slides to the floor. Pac not getting involved. V-trigger by Penta. Right on Ford's head. And another just further opening up the wound that has opened up on the forehead of Angelo Dawkins. Both Dawkins and Ford are bloodied as a result of this match. The Lucha Bros showing no mercy. Of course, they're showing zero fear. That's what the zero on Penta's gear is for. But they are also completely merciless. Oh, just suplex deposits him stomach first on the steel ring barricade. It keeps the fans back from ringside, protects them from flying wrestlers. He's got him up against the barricade again. He's going for that suplex again. Those fans need to move. Oh, he drops his knees first. Referees count up to 10. They do have a 20 count on the floor. But Penta's going to send Angelo Dawkins back in at about 11. Roll in after him. Doesn't cut him off, instead showing off for the crowd. Ford tags in. Maybe Penta wanted Ford back in. He can see the blood on Montez Ford's face. Tag made, and we're going to see some high-flying double-team offense here from the Lucha Bros. Double shoulder block. Shot to the leg. Beautiful kick there by Fenix. Pulling him to his feet. Went for a big kick, swung through and caught him with a back heel kick. 1, 2. Oh, wow, I really thought that was going to do it, but Montez Ford kicks out. The Street Profits are hanging in there. It's been a great match here between the Lucha Bros and the Street Profits. Fenix has Ford up top. He's going to follow him up there. What is he going for? Moonsault power slam. 1, 2, 3. That has to do it, absolutely. And the Lucha Bros move on. The Lucha Bros pick up the win. Nice showing by the Street Profits. Gave their all for this one. With the 3 men from Death Triangle. I mean, Pac just their corner man, but I was like, they are moving on. 3.5 stars for another great match. And it is going to be the Lucha Bros taking on Las Chicas Indomables in our main event tonight. That is exciting. Not super thrilled about the prospect of my terrible edits of Las Chicas Indomables making it to WreSIMania, but hey, looks like it's going that way. We now know, let's see. Yep, it's the Usos against the Butcher and the Blade, the Lucha Bros against Las Chicas Indomables. We're about to find out who's going to face the Motor City Machine Guns later on in this episode. Two more 4th round matches to go. Pittsburgh has a great theme too. We won't hear it for this match because instead we are going to get to see, not Kyle O'Reilly, Kyle Fletcher and Mark Davis, the duo of Aussie Open from New Japan Pro Wrestling, as they take on where are you? Matt Riddle and Randy Orton, team of RK Bro. The winners will face the Motor City Machine Guns later on in this episode. That'll be a quarterfinal match. The winners going on to WreSIMania. Six of the 8 quarterfinal teams determined. The Usos, the Lucha Bros, the Motor City Machine Guns, Las Chicas Indomables, the Butcher and the Blade, and the Bollywood Boyz. One of these 2 teams will be next. Now, New Japan has struggled in this tournament. They sent 6 teams. Only 1 remains, and that's these 2 right here. Aussie Open. They beat the Frenchadors in round 2 after having a first round bye. Then beat their fellow United Empire members, Catch 22, in the 3rd round to earn this match. New Japan at 3-5 have the worst 1-loss record among all promotions that still have someone in the tournament. So New Japan can be completely eliminated here with a loss. Meanwhile, on the other side, we've got one of 3 WWE teams remaining. The Street Profits are out. There were 4. There are now 3. Here comes the first member of the opposition. Don't know why these 2 don't enter together, but they don't. Matt Riddle making his way to the ring. RK Bros had the second easiest road to the round of 16, having a first round bye, then beating Alex Reynolds and John Silver in round 2, and then Milk Chocolate in round 3. Riddle competed in the 500, our season 1 tournament, but he lost in the first round to Shug D. Off go the sandals. And Riddle is ready. He wants that PWS World Simulate Tag title. And of course, he wants it with his best bro, Randy.
Representing RK Bro from St. Louis, Missouri, weighing in at 250 pounds, the Viper,
Randy Orton, a 23-year pro, as much experience as the 2 members of Aussie Open combined. Mark Davis has been around for 15 years, Kyle Fletcher for 8. Orton also competed in the 500. He had a very high seed. He was the number 12 seed, I believe. He had a first round bye, then beat Erica Lee before losing to. This keeps coming up tonight. Matt Taven was the man who eliminated Orton in round number 3. Again, the winners of this match will face the Motor City Machine Guns later on this evening. Orton, 42 years old. Riddle, 37. Davis, 33. Fletcher, 24. So significantly more experience both wrestling and life-wise on the side of RK Bro. But Aussie Open, very much a team on the rise. Already one of the best teams in the world after having only teamed for about 5.5 years at this point, because that's longer than RK Bro, who teamed for the first time in 2021. But Riddle and Orton had significant singles success before pairing up. I mean, Orton, a multiple-time world champion, being belly to belly by Davis. Don't count out Mark Davis and Kyle Fletcher. Great all-rounders, both trained by Travis Banks. Fletcher with some additional training from Madison and Ryan Eagles. Big clothesline by Fletcher sends Riddle to the floor. We're going to get a dive here. We are. Fletcher off the far ropes. Fosbury flop moonsault, shades of AJ Styles. Gorgeous move by Fletcher, and then just a standing moonsault on the concrete. Kyle Fletcher, the Aussie Arrow, taking to the skies here early. That guy just take a flash picture. There's still cameras with flashes on them. I mean, yeah, I know there are. My wife's a professional photographer, but you don't usually see that at shows. Usually it's just people taking pictures with their phones. Riddle makes a tag, and in comes the Viper, Randy Orton, the Legend Killer, the one-man dynasty, the apex predator of WWE. Fletcher with a huge diving elbow, though. Going to keep Orton down. Goes for the pin. 1, 2. Wow. Wow. Orton playing a little fast and loose there, letting that count get a little closer to 3 than Riddle probably would have liked. Tag made, and in comes Dunkzilla, Mark Davis. A big, strong boy, 6'3", 242. Riddle comes flying in with a double axe handle. And Davis sends him hurtling to the floor. A series of overhand chops on Orton. Now some punches. You see those martial arts blows from Davis. All open-handed. All totally legal. Tag made, and in comes Fletcher. Kyle Fletcher now to the middle turnbuckle. Went for another elbow, but Orton moved. He saw it coming that time. And a DDT by the Viper, and now Orton is rolling. Randy Orton's like a juggernaut. Once he gets some momentum going, he's almost impossible to stop. Slams Fletcher headfirst into the top turnbuckle, now working over the arm. Fletcher manages to escape, but he doesn't escape the big elbow right across his face, and another one. Orton just ripping and tearing at Kyle Fletcher's face. Sit out powerbomb out of the corner. 1. Broken up by Davis. Orton showing his displeasure with Dunkzilla with that back elbow. Davis returns to the apron. Orton, not sure what he's going for here, just dragging Fletcher around. Trying to give him mat burn, I guess. Oh, here come the Garvin Stomps. I mean, he calls them the Orton Stomps, but we all know he borrowed them liberally from the Garvins. Tag made, and in comes Matt Riddle. And Riddle goes straight for the pin. 1. Broken up by Davis. There's a standing Broton. It's not all the way off the top, so it's not the floating bro, but it was the Broton. Sends Davis to the floor, now working over Fletcher with strikes. Remember, Riddle does have a legit MMA background. He is one of the toughest wrestlers in the world. Don't let the laconic lifestyle of Riddle fool you. He is a beast in the ring. That's to the top rope. What's he going for here? Big axe handle off the top rope. Rolls Fletcher over, hooks the leg. 1, 2, but it's broken up by Mark Davis. Now Riddle goes back into the cross arm breaker. Tag made, and in comes the Viper. Orton taunting Fletcher. Huge drop kick by Randy Orton. Even 23 years later, he still throws one of the best drop kicks in the business. Tag made to Davis. Orton turned his back on Fletcher, which was a mistake. And now Davis has him up for a huge fall-away slam. Kick to the chest. Now Davis to the middle turnbuckle. Signaling for Orton to get to his feet. Kicks him in the face. Big clothesline by Davis. Discus punch into the legendary Kerry Von Erich. Stomp to the elbow, went for a knee drop, and Orton dodged. Orton, big fall-away slam into a pinning combo. Two count only. That's not a move you see out of Randy Orton very often. Tag made, and back in comes Matt Riddle. Riddle now waiting for Davis to get to his feet. Oh, big knee catches him right on the jaw. And a Broton. There's a big roundhouse kick. And then just hammering down with those fists. Oh, man, he rolled him up into, I think that was the bro mission he was going for there. Things breaking down a little bit here. Fletcher sent to the floor. Oh, but Davis gets him up on his shoulders. Argentine backbreaker into a sort of inverted Samoan drop. Nicely done by Davis. And just a standing splash. Riddle too close to the ropes. Orton charging after Fletcher on the outside. Davis taking a second to taunt Riddle. And is he going to deadlift him up into a military press? Incredible power from Dunkzilla Mark Davis for dropping Riddle face first to the canvas. Got him up. Close your eyes and count to fuck. That's what that move is called. I kid you not. 2, 3, and Aussie Open is moving on to the quarterfinals. Great showing by RK Bro throughout this tournament, but it is Aussie Open clinching the 7th of 8 quarterfinal berths. Close your eyes and count to fuck. That's what that move is called. And Davis used it to pin Riddle. 3 stars for that one. Aussie Open moving on to our main event, where they will face, I'm sorry, not the main event, the semi-main, where they will be taking on the Motor City Machine Guns. Aussie Open and the Guns. That's going to be a lot of fun. We have one more spot to fill. We're going to find out who will be facing the Bollywood Boyz when we come back from intermission. We always take intermission between rounds. This is the last 4th round match in the tournament. All right. One-man show tonight, so I'm updating all of my docs and stuff to make sure that I'm not missing any vital information here. But Aussie Open set to face the Motor City Machine Guns. One more spot to fill. As the 100 rolls on. This is the last night of the standalone tournament. The next time we will see these with the winning teams tonight will be. Is he in there as Doc, or is he in there as? He is in there as Luke. We will see them at WreSIMania coming up this Sunday afternoon. Here we go. It's Gallows and Anderson against Violence is Forever. This one should be a hard-hitting affair. Unfortunately, the winners of this match will have to wrestle again right after intermission against the Bollywood Boyz. So you can bet both these teams are going to come out swinging, looking to get the win as quickly as possible. Ooh. Booker T's theme is great. I know I've said that many times tonight, but so also we know that the winners of that match, whoever wins this against the Bollywood Boyz, the winner of that will go on to WreSIMania, where they will face the Motor City Machine Guns. Sorry. Yeah, they'll face either Aussie Open or the Motor City Machine Guns, whoever wins that match. Which means that the winners between the Usos and the Butcher and the Blade will face the winners between the Lucha Bros and Las Chicas Indomables. Probably going to be Usos and Lucha Bros, Aussie Open against the winners of this match. But, hey, never count out the underdogs in a simulated tournament, because these games just love upsets. Here we go. Violence is forever. That's Dominic Guarini in front, Kevin Koo in the back.
The following contest is scheduled for
One fall.
on the way to the ring. At a combined weight of 447 pounds, the Pro Wrestling World's Tag Team Champions, the Villagers.
Oh, Violence is forever. The number 10 seeds in this tournament. Of course, had a first round bye, then beat Commonwealth Connection in round 2, and then Z-Brats in round 3. There you see the Deadlock Pro Wrestling Tag Team Champions. They are also the Southern Underground Pro Tag Team Champions and the Action Wrestling Tag Team Champions. Both competed in the 500. Dominic Guarini beat R-Truth before losing to Biff Busick. Kevin Koo lost to Kento Miyahara in round 1. And here comes, that's Luke Gallows on the left, Karl Anderson on the right. Coming out to AJ Styles' entrance. There. Aligned with their former Bullet Club leader / the club leader / the OC leader. They are one of 2 WWE teams remaining. Lost by RK Bro just now. It's just them and the Usos still standing. Gallows and Anderson had a first round bye as well, then beat Pretty Empowered, and then Los Hermanos Lee to get here. Karl Anderson and Kevin Koo starting things off. Anderson biting the forehead of Koo. And then a springboard. Oh, he went for a flying forearm, but missed. And then just eats a big knee to the face from Koo. Now Koo's just going to deadlift him into a power bomb. Brutal move by Kevin Koo, the 9-year pro from Birmingham, Alabama. Nine teams remain in the tournament. The winner of this match will take the last quarterfinal berth in this tournament. 2 from the independents, 2 from AEW, 2 from WWE, 1 from CMLL, 1 from Impact, 1 from New Japan, and I don't know what that was, but it was brutal. Like a fisherman Michinoku driver there by Koo. Makes the tag, and in comes the Bone Collector, Dominic Guarini, who's going to do a deadlift powerbomb of his own. Like, hey, buddy, yours was pretty good, but let me give that a try. 5'11", 207 pounds. Guarini from North Canton, Ohio, working over the knee of Karl Anderson. So far, it's been pretty much all Violence is forever. Anderson having trouble getting anything started. And then just hurled to the floor by Guarini. Tag made it. In comes Kevin Koo. Anderson is laid out on the concrete right out here in front of our announce table. I may have just been lying in wait, though, for Koo. He catches him, stun guns him off the apron. Machine Gun Karl Anderson, one of the craftiest players in the game, always has a plan, and when his plans don't work, he has backup plans. And when the backup plans don't work, he has whatever you do after a backup. Account recovery, he has that. Tag made, and in comes Luke Gallows, going for a big suplex, instead just hurling Koo to the floor, or the canvas. Went for the pin, too close to the ropes. Koo firing off shots now, and big Luke Gallows, the corn-fed Colossus, getting pulled through the ropes by Koo for a series of forearms to the spine, and then a backstabber. Beautiful move by Koo. Hooks the leg. 1, 2, and Gallows is able to kick out. I talked about Violence is Forever in the 500. Both Gallows and Anderson were part of that tournament as well. Gallows losing in the first round to the one called Manders. Anderson losing in the first round to Atlantis Jr. Anderson, another fellow Michigander born in Detroit. Gallows, an East Coast boy born in Cumberland, Maryland. Tag made, and the Machine Gun comes back in. Too bad. Karl Anderson with a big German suplex on Guarini. 1, 2. Guarini manages to kick out. Anderson staying on him with stomps, but Guarini to his feet. Springboard. Went for that flying forearm that Anderson tried and missed earlier. Anderson knew it was coming because he tried it himself. Tag made, and Gallows back in. Gallows, by far the largest man in this match at 6'8", 290. Shot to the midsection. Package pile driver from Guarini. Going to drag Gallows away from the ropes. No, he's just going to drag him under the ropes. Guarini seems very confused about what to do with the corn-fed Colossus here. Hooks the leg. 1. And it's broken up pretty easily by Karl Anderson. Shot to the midsection. Oh, he's just going back out to the apron. He was just getting some separation. Rolling through into the cross arm breaker by Guarini. Anderson really should have tried to break that up instead of going after Koo. Oh, now he does. But he kind of let his opponent simmer in that for a second. Guarini went for a scoop slam on Anderson. Gallows was like, I can scoop slam. Guarini's like, no, you can't have a Scorpion Death Drop. A reverse DDT, and now he's going to send Anderson to the floor. And we're back to Guarini and Gallows one-on-one in the ring. Guarini hooks the leg. 1, 2, 3, and Violence is Forever are moving on. Anderson and Gallows are eliminated, and WWE is down to one team remaining. Violence is Forever moving on to face the Bollywood Boyz in a match that will be happening in like 7 minutes. Not a lot of downtime for them. A lot for the Bollywood Boyz. They wrestled in our third match. They've been able to sit through the last 5. Violence is Forever went through a pretty physical match against Gallows and Anderson. 1.5 stars, though. So, we're going to take a little 5-minute intermission, just a leg stretch, refill water, pee if you have to, kind of break. And then when we come back, the quarterfinals of the 100, we will find out which 4 teams will move on to WreSIMania this Sunday. Oh, hey, Kissings, welcome. Welcome to the chat. Yeah, sorry, your timing. I am just about to take a 5-minute break, but when we come back, it's going to be Violence is Forever against the Bollywood Boyz, the Usos against the Butcher and the Blade, Aussie Open against the Motor City Machine Guns, and our main event pitting the Lucha Brothers against Las Chicas Indomables. Don't go anywhere. I will be right back. right, and we are back with our final 4 matches of the night. The winners of each of these 4 matches are going on to the semifinals of the 100, which will all take place this Sunday afternoon at WreSIMania. Starting things off over on the left, you see the Bollywood Boyz, Gerv and Harv Sira, who earlier on tonight pulled off the upset over Swerve in Our Glory. On the right, you got Violence Is Forever, who we just saw beat Karl Anderson and Luke Gallows. So we've had 8 matches so far. 5 of them have ended as upsets. So, you know, the number 95 seeds the Bollywood Boyz, trying to do that one more time here against number 10, Violence Is Forever, to punch their ticket to the Simulation of the Immortals. And man, these load times are just so long. I don't get how a next gen game can take so long to load. Here we go. The quarterfinals kicking off. Who is punching their ticket to WreSIMania? One fall.
On the way to the ring, at a combined weight of 354 pounds, the Blood
The
Brothers.
Bollywood Boyz have been pulling off upsets throughout this entire tournament, beating Los Infernales in round 1, Money, Power, Respect in round 2, and then pulling off the second biggest upset in the entire tournament when they beat number 2 seeds FTR in round 3. Of course, they beat Swerve in Our Glory earlier, which was also an upset. So the number 95 seed have made it here to the final 8. They are 1 win away from WreSIMania. But they're against a team that's got a ton of momentum because they literally just won a match. The Deadlock Pro Tag Team Champions, the Southern Underground Pro Tag Team Champions, the Action Wrestling Tag Team Champions, Kevin Koo on the left, Dominic Guarini on the right. Violence Is Forever. After a first round bye, they beat the Commonwealth Connection and Z-Brats, and then earlier tonight they beat Karl Anderson and Luke Gallows. Off those Deadlock Pro Tag Team titles. Really nice community creation on those belts. Those are very good looking titles. Guarini hands his title up to Koo for this little hype up pros here. Dominic Guarini and Kevin Koo. They say Violence Is Forever, but so is Blood and the Bollywood Boyz. Literal brothers. They've been a team their whole lives. Big hip toss there by Harv to start things off. It's Harv and Dominic Guarini starting the match. Big springboard crossbody, nowhere near anything. Just landing right in the middle of the logo. Maybe he just really liked the logo and wanted to hug it. Tiger bomb by Guarini. Rolls Harv over, hooks the leg, looking for a very quick win here. Only gets one. Seems shocked. You've done one move, Dom. Springboard of his own. Hey, that's how you do a springboard crossbody. Maybe Harv will learn. Probably not, because he just had Dominic Guarini just come crashing down on him. Probably hurts inside. Slams him head first off the top turnbuckle. Guarini. Oh, I thought he might have been going for some Golden Globes action there, some Shattered Dreams. But no, he just wanted to kick the ankle of Harv. He gets him up for a vertical suplex. No, dropping him. Brainbuster on the knee. Sort of a variation on the Ushigoroshi. Tag made, and in comes Kevin Koo. Sira dives, tags in his brother, Gerv. The Golden Lion, Gerv Sira in there. Now he goes for a springboard crossbody. It's crossbody palooza here in the quarterfinals of the 100. Only gets a 1 count. Again, one move, Gerv. Don't look so surprised. Drop kick to the spine of Kevin Koo. Now Gerv going to the middle turnbuckle. What's he going for here? Nothing. Changed his mind. Pops down some punches. Shot to the midsection. Goes for a big overhand right, blocked by Koo, who swung over the head of Gerv Sira with his Uraken, but that discus forearm from Gurv found its mark. Super kick spins Kevin Koo down to the mat. Gurv's going to, well, I thought he was going to bring him over to his own corner, but no. Koo fights his way out of whatever it was that Gurv was planning. Shot to the midsection. Gets him up for a vertical suplex. Oh, he hits him with that same brain buster. Hooks the leg. One. A referee way out of position. That took forever to get to one. Now Koo rolling through into a... Oh, jeez. I'm sure there is some Japanese name for that move. I just don't know what it is. But Harv breaks it up. And he eats a big right hand from Kevin Koo for his troubles. Tag made, and in comes the Bone Collector, Dominic Garrini. Garini's working over the leg of Gurv Sira. Oh, alligator leg kick by Gurv. Kicks Garrini away. Referee telling Harv to get out of the ring. Stomp to the elbow by Gurv. Does not even get a 1 count because the referee was distracted by his brother. Modifier was dangling there. He was distracted by Gurv's brother, Harv, not his own brother. Reverse DDT by Garrini. Literally floats into a pin. Gets 2. Very close there on that glitch. Oh, springboard leg drop by Garrini. Seen a lot of high flying out of the Bone Collector tonight. That's not usually his game. Koo hooks the leg. 1. Only a 1 count as Gurv Sira kicks out pretty easily. Koo pulls him to his feet. Double leg. Going for the sharpshooter. No, he's not. Oh, no, he's going for that stomp. We've seen that used to great success throughout the tournament thus far. Decided he's done. Tags the Bone Collector back in. Hooks the leg. 1, 2. 2 count only as Gurv Sira able to kick out. Garrini now pulling him to his feet. From pile driver, perhaps. Nope, powerbomb. No. Gurv rolls through into a sunset flip. 1. No. Wow. I don't think he even got 1 there. Gurv's pumped up, though, but he also turned his back on Dominic Garrini, which is such a mistake. A GTH there from Garrini. It's like to go to sleep, except it's, oh, God, V-trigger. Right on the jaw. That's got to be it. 1, 2, 3. It's over. Violence is forever. Are moving on to WreSIMania. Folks, that show is this Sunday on this very channel. Whether you're watching this on Twitch or Facebook or YouTube, however you're watching, you can watch it the same way this Sunday at noon Central Time. Violence is forever. The first team to qualify for the semifinals. They are one of 4 teams that will be competing for the World Simulate Tag titles. Garrini with a V-trigger on Gurv picks up the win, and Violence is forever moves on, and they will face winners between Aussie Open and the Motor City Machine Guns, which is a match that is still to come this evening. But first, we're going to find out the first team on the other side of the bracket, as the number 1 seed takes on number 89. I will leave it to you to decide which is which, but I don't think you'll have a hard time deciding. Partially because I have already told you in this episode, so if you've been paying attention, you know. It's the Butcher and the Blade from All Elite Wrestling, taking on a duo from WWE, Jay and Jimmy, the Usos, the undisputed tag team champions in WWE, the number 1 overall seeds. The winners of this match will face either the Lucha Bros or Las Chicas Indomables in the semifinals. The Bollywood Boyz out. That means that Violence is Forever is the last independent team standing. The Usos, the last team remaining for WWE. Butcher and the Blade, one of 2 teams left for AEW, the only promotion with more than 1 team remaining. course, they could both be gone in the next couple of matches if Butcher and the Blade and the Lucha Bros both lose. We saw the Butcher and the Blade win our opening contest over Atrapasuenos. They've been a team since 2017. That's the Blade, Pepper Parks standing in the back. The Butcher, Andy Williams, kneeling in the front. A pair of just absolute beasts in the ring. A couple of Buffalo natives. One fall. Butcher and the Blade, just a terrifying duo. Do not envy any team that crosses their paths, but if anybody's going to beat them, the number 1 overall seeds are probably the best bet. But I still wouldn't bet against them, especially considering the number of upsets we have had throughout this tournament. Violence is forever clinching that first spot in the quarterfinals. We're about to find out who's going to take that second spot. Who's going to WreSIMania? Here we go. One of my favorite themes in wrestling. They're also the SmackDown Tag Team Champions. The Usos, the number 1 overall seeds in the tournament. We saw them beat Waves and Curls in round 2, the New Day in round 3, and then Rott and Flott earlier on tonight. There you see Jimmy and Jay. Usos. Jay won that last match with a big splash off the top onto Nikita Charisma. You can bet the Usos are going to try to do the same here against Butcher and Blade. The pride of Buffalo, New York, taking on the Bloodline's premier tag team, and arguably the best tag team in the entire world right now, the Usos. Referee checking both sides, and there's the bell. Again, winners go to WreSIMania. Jey Uso's got, oh my God, nice move out of the shoulder mount into a modified Michinoku driver on Butcher. Tag made, and Jimmy's in. It's probably going to be the best strategy for the Usos is to stick and move. Quick tags in and out. Don't let Butch or the Blade get a hold of you. Jimmy looking for a moonsault. No, that whisper in the wind that he hit earlier nails it on Butch. And then a kick to the spine. Now he's just going to send him up and over the top onto the apron. Butcher blocks a punch. Doesn't block that step up Enziguri, and down he goes. Jimmy follows him to the floor. Kick to the spine, trying to keep the Butcher down. That's the smart move. Jawbreaker by the Butcher, and then a clothesline. And sending Jimmy back into the ring. And Jimmy with a nice spine buster on Butcher there. Goes for the pin. 1, 2. Oh, wow, that was almost a very quick win for the Usos. And Jimmy tags back out. Main event, Jey Uso, the right-hand man, is back in the ring. Stomps on the knee of the Butcher of Buffalo. Boston Crab rolls through. Butcher in some trouble. Referee checking him. I think. It's hard to tell from this camera angle. Butch able to power out, though. Still enough core strength and enough strength in those legs to just push Jay out of it. Taking him for a walk over into his own corner. And he's going to hang in from the tree of woe. Haven't seen that yet tonight. Oh, but Jay just kicks him in the head. Then a big flying clothesline. Jay goes for the pin. 1, 2. Oh, almost a 3 count. Blade wasn't going to get there in time, but Butcher was able to kick out. Elbow to the midsection from Butcher. And then just throwing him by the hair across the ring. The pin, I'm pretty sure Jay's feet are under the ropes, but 1 count only. Oh my God, miscalculation on that diving fist drop. And I think Butcher's bleeding. We saw Jay get busted open in their 4th round match earlier against Rott and Flott. But Butcher's definitely bleeding. But it's hard to tell from where, though. He might have, is it maybe his nose? Did he break his nose? Jay to the top rope. Oh, Jay went for that twisting somersault. Missing. Yeah, I think Butcher's nose is broken. A nice single leg by Jay, and Butch lands face first on the mat, further damaging the face. And then face first into the top turnbuckle. Jey Uso vicious, going after the. I'm fairly certain that is a broken nose. Butcher is bleeding from just all around his nose at this point. It's broken. What's Jay going for here? Step up and a stomp. Going for the pin. 1. Oh, Butcher got a foot on the ropes. The referee actually saw it that time. Cool. He doesn't always. Jay stomping on Butcher. Tags in Jimmy, but taking too long. Butcher's going to be able to make the tag to Blade. Well, especially with Jimmy taunting. I don't know why he didn't stay on it. Butcher is very vulnerable right now. Bleeding profusely from that broken nose. Blade with the stun gun. Turning things around for the Butcher and the Blade. But probably should not be taunting the best tag team in the world, because Jimmy's just going to give it right back to him with that stun gun off the top rope. Now up to the top rope. Another whisper in the wind. This time as a senton instead of as the kick. Nicely done by Jimmy. 1, 2. No. Blade able to kick out. Blade hasn't taken much abuse yet in this match, but that was still almost enough for Jimmy to get the win. Rolls through into a super kick. Nicely done by Jimmy Uso. What's he going for here? Going for a suplex. Got him up. Big delayed vertical suplex on the Blade. Yeah, I don't know what the logic was there with Blade tagging out to Butcher, because Butcher has taken so much abuse in this match. 1, and just plowed over Jimmy. Now Blade scoops. Fall away slam, sending Jimmy almost to Jay. Might be a miscalculation by the Butcher. And he's seeking to rectify that, dragging him away from the ropes. Oh, but he hits a big kick to the face. And Jimmy tags Jay back in. Butcher now. Huge German suplex. Pulls him up looking for that ripcord lariat. That's the move that he used earlier to beat Atrapasuenos. And then a knee to the face. 1, 2. 2 count only. Butcher can't believe it. It's going to take more than that to keep Jey Uso down. Butch makes the tag, and in comes the Blade. Running shoulder tackle by the Blade. And now, just a hanging choke. A variation on the Anaconda Vice, except he's doing it in midair. That's like that old choke that Braun Strowman used to do when he was in the Wyatt family. Jay does not submit. Blade lets him go. Goes for the pin. 1, 2. 2 count only as Jay's able to kick out. Blade pulls him back to his feet. Taking him over to the Butcher and Blade's corner. Bouncing him head first off the top turnbuckle. Tag in for the Butcher. Rocket launcher. Sending the 270-pound monster into Jey Uso. But Jay able to dive and make the tag to Jimmy. Miscalculates a super kick. Butcher now sending him into his own corner. tags Blade back in, holding him in place for a shot to the midsection. Blade went for a knife edge chop. That's appropriate. But Jimmy turning things back around. Another suplex. Yes, driving him down. Pulling Blade to his feet. And a big right hand, and Blade just crumples. Jimmy tags Jay back in. I don't know what Jay was planning there, but he changed his mind on it. Wrist lock, but then a forearm from Blade takes Jay down. Rolls him over, goes for the pin. One. Broken up by Jimmy Uso. But Butcher's right there behind him. And Jimmy sent over the top and to the floor, landing hard. Now Butcher again going for that choke, this time on the canvas. Gonna get the submission. He might get it here. Jay's in a lot of trouble. Jay's struggling against the hold. And Blade goes right back into it. Jay Uso struggling. Oh, he managed to get a foot into the ropes. Lucky break for Jay Uso. The Blade staying right on top of him, slamming his head onto the canvas. Dragging him away from the ropes. Hooks the leg. One. But it's broken up by Jimmy Uso. Now Blade. Oh, and a sleeper drop on Jimmy. Turned his back on Jay just long enough for Jay to fell him with that big right forearm. A series of punches now from Jay Uso. And a big headbutt by Jay Uso. And I don't know what he was doing with Blade there. Goes for the pin. One. But it's broken up by Butcher. Yeah, Butcher is a mess. Dodges a kick from Jay, though. And now back into the choke. That's the third time Blade's had him up in that. Jay badly needs to tag Jimmy Uso into the match. And the referee has seen enough. The Usos lose to the Butcher and the Blade. And the number 89 seeds are moving on. Huge upset. But that was the third. I mean, the referee just, he couldn't let that keep happening. Butcher and the Blade are now the second team to clinch their spot at WreSIMania alongside Violence is Forever. Butcher and Blade will face the winner between the Lucha Bros and Las Chicas Indomables at WreSIMania. The winners of this next match will face Violence is Forever. Those will be the two semifinal matches, the winners of which will then go on to battle for the World Simulate Tag titles. Fortunately, Butcher's got a few days to get sewed back up. Jimmy, his title hopes are over for the time being. Jay will be competing in the number one contender Royal Rumble at WreSIMania to decide who will face Royce Chambers later on that night for the World Simulate title. And now it's time for our semi-main event. As the number 51 seeds, Motor City Machine Guns, Alex Shelley, and Chris Sabin take on Kyle Fletcher and Mark Davis from Aussie Open. The number 10 seed has clinched a spot in the semifinals, and the number 89 seed has clinched a spot in the semifinals. So truly, anything can happen in this tournament. The Usos are out, and as a result, so is WWE. They entered tonight with 4 teams. All of them have been eliminated. Impact and New Japan each have one team remaining. One of those promotions will be eliminated based on who wins this match. Six teams remain in the running to be the first ever World Simulate Tag Champions. These loading times. I know I complain about it every show, but there's a lot to complain about. They're atrocious. Anytime you want to start that entrance. One fall. Again, as I mentioned earlier, they're not actually. They just lost the titles to Ace Austin and Chris Bay like a month ago. So I should have updated it by now. But you know what? They're also the New Japan Strong Tag Team Champions. They got all kinds of belts. If one of them's wrong, oh well. But the Motor City Machine Guns have beaten Best Friends, Toxic Attraction, Disaster Box, and as of earlier tonight, the Philly Marino Experience. One more win sends them to WreSIMania. But that win is going to have to be against the number 11 seeds in this tournament.
And their opponents, at a combined weight of 448 pounds,
The Aussie Open. New Japan has gone 4-5. They're the last New Japan team remaining. They had a first round bye before beating the Frenchadors, Catch 22, and RK Bro. They've had a rough road to the quarterfinals here. They would love to claim that third spot in the semis, and a showdown with violence is forever. This one should be fun. 3 high flyers in the form of the Machine Guns and the Aussie Arrow, Kyle Fletcher. And then Mark Davis bringing some power to even things out. Chris Sabin and Kyle Fletcher starting us off. Sabin coming out of the gate hot with a series of strikes. Springboard tornado DDT. And drops an elbow to the spine. Now going to the middle turnbuckle. What's he looking for here? Big elbow. And Sabin is flying all over the place here. They know they're outsized here. Nice butterfly suplex. 2. Oh, very nearly a quick win for the Motor City Machine Guns. But Fletcher shuts him down. That arm wringer. Now he's going for a springboard into a crossbody. I thought he was going to go over and talk some smack to Alex Shelley. Instead, he just took the scenic route to get to Mark Davis. Tag made, and in comes Dunkzilla. Looking for a power bomb, perhaps? Yes, into the... Oh, my God. Bounced Sabin's head off the turnbuckles. Sabin very lucky he didn't, die there. But he manages to single leg, take Davis down. Right hand and a series of chops now. Sabin with just a striking flurry here on Mark Davis. Was going for a discus forearm, but it's blocked by Davis. And that time intentionally bounces his head off the top turnbuckle with snake eyes. Now sending him hard into the buckle. Following him in. What's he going for here? He's got him up on the top rope. Davis following him up. Possibly a superplex coming. An avalanche exploder by Mark Davis. Sabin was looking to tag Shelley. Davis cut him off, goes for the pin. 2. I can't tell if Sabin broke or Shelley broke that up or Sabin was able to kick out just in time. But either way, very nearly a win for Aussie Open. Sabin's got Davis up. There's the fan. For those of you new viewers, the fan is an inside joke between me and myself. Back in, 2004, 2005? Rosie, who's another member of the Bloodline family, hails Sabin. 1. It's broken up by Fletcher. That's a gorgeous move, though. I love Sabin's finisher. And he sends Fletcher to the floor. But hey, they have the Michigan taunt. Cool. So Rosie was doing this gimmick where he was the superhero in training under the hurricane, right? So, the inside joke was, superhero in training, SHIT. But of course they couldn't say that word back then. They can now. Nice springboard arm drag by Shelley, and then a twisting drop kick. Alex Shelley is on fire here. Now working over the arm of Davis, and a drop kick to the back. Alex Shelley, a veteran, one of the smoothest wrestlers in the world, hooks the leg. 1, 2, 3, and that does it. Wow. I don't think Fletcher thought that was going to be it. I think he thought he was going to cut off Sabin, but the Motor City Machine Guns. Motor City Machine Guns pick up the win, and they are going to WreSIMania. All right. Been enough talk. It's time for the main event. So we know at WreSIMania it's going to be Violence is Forever against the Motor City Machine Guns. Now we will find out who will face the Butcher and the Blade. Again, if you weren't watching earlier, I had a big explanation about how 2K doesn't allow intergender matches, which is a problem when your tournament bracket has teams that are made up of men and women. So I was bouncing back and forth between 2K22 and Fire Pro Wrestling World. But I didn't want to do that for the last couple shows because I didn't want to do it mid-show. It was fine when I was doing an entire show in one game or the other. But if it was just going to be 1 or 2 matches, I didn't want to do some of them in Fire Pro and then the rest in 2K. So, and because you can't download a community creation and then change their gender, which was my original plan, was I was just going to download community creations of Harakita and Yuvia and just flip them from female to male. That's not a thing you can do in these games. So instead, I said, well, I will just mark them as male. I'll create my own, make them male, but give them feminine features. Except no, because the game doesn't let you do that either. So no curves, no feminine form to them. They're just a couple of dudes with makeup on, basically. So, it's not ideal. Harakita and Yuvia are beautiful women. So I apologize for the abomination that is the version that is appearing on your screen now. So Las Chicas Indomables, getting past how terrible those creations are. They beat the SAT in round 1, Imperium in round 2, Fukuoka Double Crazy in round 3, and then earlier tonight beat the Kingdom. They're the number 37 seed, but they have had a hard road to the final 8, having to beat the number 28, 21, and 5 seeds to get here. Their opponents. Oh, shoot. Hang on. All right. I hate when I do this. Sorry, guys. Okay. All right. So I forgot to add the manager. I forgot to put Pac in the corner of the Lucha Bros. Easy enough to fix. I just have to exit out and set everything back up. It's annoying. But hey, at least I don't have to explain the abominations that are my Harakita and Uvia creations again, because you guys just heard that. Again, my apologies to La Harakita and Uvia. You are both muy hermosas, muy guapas, muy bonitas. But yeah, this is what I'm left with as they prepare to face the Lucha Bros, who had a first round bye before beating the Phillip Brothers, Bougie Reality, and then the Street Profits to advance here to the quarterfinals and getting them one win away from WreSIMania. Winners of this match will face the Butcher and the Blade at the Simulation of the Immortals. Las Chicas Indomables, the last team representing CMLL. The Lucha Bros trying to become the second AEW team to qualify for WreSIMania. So we're going to skip. We're going to skip Las Chicas Indomables' entrance because we just saw it. But we'll do the revised Lucha Bros entrance with Pac in their corner, like they're supposed to have.
And their opponents, accompanied by Pac, at a combined weight of 399 pounds,
The Lucha Bros, the number 4 seed, the highest seed remaining in the tournament. 1 through 3 are gone, as are 5 through 9, 11 through 36. We are down. The number 10 seed, the number 51 seed, and the number 89 seed have all qualified for WreSIMania. Who will join them? Will it be 4 or 37? Uvia starting things off here against Penta El Cero Miedo. Kicks, chops, chops, chops by Uvia. Kicks, chops, chops. Nope. Penta saw the pattern coming, cuts her off. Got her up on his shoulder. Good Lord. Cradle shock right off the bat. 1. Penta looking to end this early. And a drop kick right to the chest. Beautifully placed there by Uvia. Stomp to the inside of the leg. Hooks the leg. 1, 2. Penta able to kick out. Kick to the chest. Penta back to his feet. Eats another series of kicks here from Uvia. And a running bulldog takes Penta down. Tag made it. In comes La Harakita. Stomps Penta's face. Penta blocks a kick. Dragon screw leg whip, and down she goes. Penta with a springboard. Went for the flying forearm, but missed. And Harakita just slaps him across the face. Harakita to the top rope. Penta is so far away. Yeah, she's going back to the middle turnbuckle to taunt. Turning her back on Rey Fenix, which is a mistake. But a big kick. And Fenix goes to the floor. Harakita thinking of diving. She goes to the top turnbuckle. What is the plan here? went for a missile drop kick to the concrete and missed, crashing and burning. Getting a couple of shots there on Haruhita. Haruhita just noticed Pac, and oh no. Oh no. The AI in tag team matches with managers is so bad. I should have just left Pac out. But that's not how I've been doing this. It's always, if there was a third member of the team on the PWI list, then they're the corner man for the matches. But the AI is so bad. Next with a nice double knee to the spine. Pulling Haruhita to her feet. Sending her just kind of tumbling to the mat. Rolling into the ring. Now will Haruhita return to the ring, or will she just go after Pac for no reason? Well, she may not have an option because Fennec's now going to the top rope. Swanton to the concrete. Santana Tomiko from the top turnbuckle to the concrete, and then just thrown by his mask by Haruhita. Haruhita can't decide if she wants to fight her actual opponent or his manager, and she's decided on the manager. Because of course she has. Following him around the ring. He's not doing anything. Minding his own business. Yeah, pull him down by his hair. Sure, fine. Why not? Roll each other into the ring. Thank you. Follow him in. Thank you. Thank you. Penta tags in now. Haruhita, apparently her trance has been broken. Oh, pops her up into a big punch. Brutal move there by Penta El Cero Miedo. Now a series of forearms and a spear. Hooks the leg. 1, 2. But it's broken up by Lluvia. Now Penta sending Lluvia into the ropes, but not over them. Series of elbows to the midsection by Lluvia. Nope. Penta's had enough. Gets her up for a suplex. No! Into that knee to the face. Now stomping on her spine. I think he may have forgotten that Lluvia is not the legal participant in the match currently. That's La Haruhita, who has just gotten to her feet and now has it by the mask. Wrist lock. Takes him down to the mat. And stomps on the shoulder. Brutal move by La Haruhita. Now more strikes for Penta. Sends him over the top rope into the floor. And oh no. Oh no. Stay in the ring, Haruhita. Stay in the ring. Do not get distracted. Stay in the ring. Nope. Nope. Stay. Stay in the ring. Do not go to the floor and attack his tag team partner. Okay. Or do. That's fine. Penta's got her up again. And again with that big spinning right hand out of the pop-up. Stomping on the spine while holding onto the wrist. And then a kick to the face. And he's going to try and break that arm. Wrenching back on the wrist while working the opposing shoulder. Just tearing Haruhita's arms apart is Penta. I'm going to go for it again here. And now he pulls back again on the wrist. And a double knee to the spine. And send her back in the ring. Or get in the ring yourself and let her get distracted by your manager. Well, maybe she'll get counted out and this will be the end of it. Or maybe Penta will be stupid and break the count, because that is... that's how this works.
Guys, I'm sorry. I just don't feel like calling just the worst AI. He is not your opponent. Get in the ring. Not you. Or yes, you, but first send her in. Because if you don't, she's just going to go right after. Tag made to Phoenix. Don't leave the ring, Phoenix. Don't. Oh my god. Nice move by Phoenix. I don't think I've ever seen that counter before. You are not wrestling Pac. Get in the goddamn ring, Harakita. Get her in the ring, Ray. Or throw her farther away from the ring, Ray. Get back in the ring, Harakita. No! Oh my god. Oh my god, this is infuriating. I know this doesn't make for a great stream to have the commentator just pissed off, but it's just so dumb. The game is so stupid. Yes, get back in the ring. Thank Christ. Okay, here we go. Now we're having a match. Harakita going for that pump handle suplex she used earlier. Hooks the leg. 1, 2. Broken up by Phoenix. Good. Good. Don't want them to advance, but also part of me doesn't want Lucha Bros to advance because somebody in their WreSIMania match is just going to get distracted by Pac. Huge belly-to-belly suplex by Uvia. Hooks the leg. 1, 2. Phoenix breaks it up. Go behind by Uvia. And sends Phoenix up and over the top and to the floor. This might be it. Penta fights out of whatever it was Uvia was planning. Got her gripped. Oh my god, a massive clothesline. And now raining down punches on Uvia. Big right hand. Now go behind. Argentine backbreaker. GTH. 1, 2, but it's broken up by Harakita. Punch blocked by Uvia. Now she's going back to that pump handle. Hooks the leg. 1, 2. Oh, Penta kicks out just barely. Back into the armbar by Uvia. Uvia to the top. What's she going for here? Changed her mind, realized she was too far away. Meanwhile, on the floor, Harakita suplexes Phoenix. Haws of Pain. Uvia's got Penta in the Haws of Pain. They're slamming his head off the mat. There's nowhere for Penta to go because Harakita's working over Phoenix on the concrete. Hooks the leg. 1, 2, 3, and Las Chicas Indomables are going to WreSIMania. I don't feel good about that. Can't even see what the camera was focusing on Harukita and Phoenix fighting on the floor. Didn't even catch the finish. But Las Chicas Indomables win the match and are now moving on to face the Butcher and the Blade at WreSIMania. So it will be Violence is Forever against the Motor City Machine Guns. Las Chicas Indomables against the Butcher and the Blade. And the winners of those two matches will face off to crown the first ever World Simulate Tag Team Champions. Folks, it has been a long and winding road to get here, but for all intents and purposes, the 100 is now over. 4 teams remain. Violence is Forever, Las Chicas Indomables, Motor City Machine Guns, and the Butcher and the Blade have all moved on to WreSIMania. One of them will win the titles. The other 3 have come up short. In addition to those matches that I just mentioned, we also have the quarterfinals of the 150, our women's tournament. We already know Savannah Evans will face Layla Gray, and Miyu Yamashita will face Utami Hayashishida. But we have 4 more spots to fill. We will fill those this Thursday night when we have basically the last 12 matches of the 150, with 4 women walking away, claiming those last 4 quarterfinal berths. We will see Arisa Nakajima take on Tootie Lin, Viva Van against Miyu Watanabe. The winners of those matches will then face off against each other. Taya Valkyrie against Saori Anu. Hikari Noah against Bell. The winners of those matches will face off. Thunder Rosa, the number 3 seed, the highest seed remaining, will face Shayna Baszler. And Masha Slamovich will take on Lufisto. The winners of those matches will face each other. And in the last part of the bracket, Jordan Grace, the number 6 overall seed, the second highest seed remaining, will face Koguma in round 1. Meiko Satomura will face Davien, and the winners of those matches will face off. And then those 4 matches, those 4 fourth-round matches, will determine which 4 women move on to join Evans, Gray, Yamashita, and Hayashishita in the quarterfinals, 3 wins away from becoming the first ever World Simuladies champion. So, Simulate Tag, Simuladies. We've also got our World Simulate title, which will be on the line in the main event that day, as Royce Chambers, the reigning champion, will face the winner of a 30-man Royal Rumble, which will take place earlier on in the show, featuring the only man never to be pinned or submitted or counted out in the 500, Masaaki Mochizuki, plus the 29 highest seeds remaining from the top 29 highest ranked wrestlers in the 2022 PWI 500 that were not on the 2021 list, and so were not part of the 500 tournament. So that's CM Punk, Braun Breaker, Speedball Mike Bailey, Hechicero, Kai, Edge, Alex Shelley, Malachi Black, Christian Cage, Axel Tischer, Austin Theory, Ninja Mac, Homicide, Yamato, Angel de Oro, Niebla Roja, Kazuyuki Fujita, Omos, Hook, Baron Corbin, Mark Haskins, Davey Richards, Roosh, Jimmy Uso, Hayato Tamura, Alec Price, Sting, Noam Dar, and Yo. Those 30 men will compete in a Royal Rumble. The winner will face Royce Chambers in the main event. All 3 simulated titles are on the line. Plus, we will have an announcement about what Season 3 of Pro Wrestling Simulated is going to look like. In the meantime, folks, this is a great week to watch wrestling. If you're in LA, it's a great week to watch wrestling live. You're going to have shows everywhere for about the next 5, maybe to 10 days. I'm not sure how far after Mania the indie shows still hang around LA, but pretty much every major promotion you can think of is in LA right now. They're guys trying to get noticed. It's a great weekend to be a wrestling fan. Even if you're not a WWE fan, Ring of Honor's got a big show. Game Changer Wrestling is doing like 8 big shows this weekend. Pretty much anybody you can think of is out there doing a big show.
So check it out if you're in the area. If not, just Google, what wrestling shows are happening this week. They'll be on Fight or Independent Wrestling TV or YouTube. A lot of stuff's going to be on YouTube. So check that out. And until I see you Thursday, just go out, watch some wrestling. Bye, everybody.